You are welcome to Nebo TV.
Hello. Thank you very much, Ms. Obaseki.
Thank you for joining us today. Can you please introduce yourself better to us and our guests today, our viewers today?
Well, thank you. My name is Franklin Moruna. I live in Toronto, Canada. I am a head care practitioner. I've been for over 30 years, and I've been in Canada for almost 30 years now. I'm also an entrepreneur. We're engaged in several business ventures, one of which is the Bini Cafe. We uphold as most of our traditional values, and I've been in community leadership for a very long time. I think my second name, they call me president.
Because you have been playing the role of leadership for a long time. So
yeah.
it has become your nickname.
Since 1991, I've been in a position of leadership in most of the organizations that I joined. I started in Montreal to the Unique Club of Toronto, Canada. From whence I became the president of the Nigerian Canadian Association. That's for all Nigerian who are living in Diaspora in the Greater Toronto area. Then, as a member of the new club, makes me an automatic member of the Edo National Association Worldwide. I'm sure you all know NAW. I was president, two-term president for the Edo National Association Worldwide. I thought I was retired until they pushed me back to become the chairman of the board of advisors. So right now I'm the chairman of the board of advisor for the Edo National Association Worldwide.
Wow.
I'm also president of the Benin League, which is also represents distinguished professions. I'm sure you have had the opportunity to encounter us.
Once before,
I'm humbled to be the president of that organization. But just before we go on, Madam Obaseki, I'd like to make a disclaimer that I'm here in my personal capacity as Trotty Edo indigent concerned with the governance in my homeland. I'm not here representing any organizations, many that I have mentioned, and some that I didn't. I'm here to represent myself, in my humble opinion, and to give my feedback as to what's going on within our political sphere in Edo State.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us today. You know, given that you have occupied so many leadership positions here in Canada, you must be a very patient person and courageous to be able to manage so many people like this, because it's not easy to be a president of many organizations.
Well, thank you. I think it's the confidence that people have in me to be able to manage their affairs.
Yes.
That's why I've been so chosen. So I'm humbled, and I appreciate those who have trusted the affairs of their organization to me. And again, thank you for inviting me to your show.
We are very honored to have you here today, sir. So, according to what is going on in Edo State politics, APC crisis in Edo State, recently Bola Tinubu has directed Oshiomhole to present another candidate to replace Ize Iyamu. What do you think motivated Bola Tinubu to make such statements about Ize Iyamu?
Okay, I'll probably speak louder so that it become more audible.
Yes, sir. So go ahead and tell us why you are supporting Governor Obaseki.
Well, like I said, I do not know His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State personally. I have encountered him on a few occasions, very informal, but I beg testimony of some of his work. Because living in the diaspora, you have a lot of families at home, and one who has led initiatives to go back home to add to the development in the state. When you once asked me a few things about myself, it's on record how much I and the organizations that I've led have done to support the government of the state, starting from His Excellency Lucky Benedict, to Madam Oshiomhole, and now to this present governor. I just came back from Nigeria in March when we went to the medical mission that went to all the villages and hills to provide primary health care. And one takes a cursory glance at what's going on in the state, and also as one who's interested in the development in the state, so I pay attention to what's going on. I have come to recognize from all the players, with all due respect to them in their own capacities and in their dispositions, what they have done in the past, and both nationally and locally, they have their record, and that's their own testimony. But I have come to observe His Excellency Godwin Ize Obaseki as a brand. I look at his brand, and you want to try to piece together what makes this person. Who is this person? And before you start to make this, you want to understand who the individual is and what they have done. What does their record say? What are their antecedents? So I see His Excellency as someone who has distinguished himself by a set of distinctive characteristics that were strategically developed over time. And when I mean over time, remember what His Excellency Oshiomhole, the immediate past governor, said about the then candidate, now Governor Obaseki. He was full of praise for him. He said it was the engine that was driving his development.
Yes.
And so, and for him to get to that level, which means he has exposed himself to different environment, different settings, different training, and he has led organizations. He has led banks. In fact, he has led the formation of banks. He has worked in Wall Street in New York. So for anybody to survive that environment, there's something to think about that. So when I look at this is, there are certain things that you want to look at his appearance. What is critical in anybody you want to govern your state is the presence and the impact on governing in the state. I'm aware of the litany of projects that he has done. I'm reading. So also we read when the past governor was doing a lot of development. We were praises for him. Now, from the agro industry, I think I read a piece that over 200,000 hectares of land has been developed for agriculture and is empowering people. Yeah, when you have that doesn't till itself. The ground does not till itself. That's providing employment for our youth.
Yes.
And in the power sector, I witnessed when he presented a team of technocrats headed by his engineer, a marine engineer, Gregory Ubefon. That is putting a square peg in a square hole. That is choosing people who have been fighting the cause. I know that the Gele port was one of the things. In fact, they came to the U.S. to make presentations at the time, way back many years ago. So also, if you make comparison to what the dredging that was going to happen in Ikoba River, we all know what happened under the leadership or indirect leadership of some of the candidates who are now coming forward. So this governor is a focused individual. Look at the job that he has created. Look at the health sector. Look at the education. Edo Best has become one of the highest primary education means of educating our children.
Yes.
It is number one in Nigeria. One time I knew that the Nigerian Union of Teachers, the national body, recognized the governor.
Yes,
I'm also privy to some information that they want to copy. Some of the things that we are doing in our state.
Yes.
I am I'm not here to bastardize anybody or to mischaracterize anybody. I'm talking about what I know, and I stand to be corrected by records. Everything is available, and we can fact check each other. So when I look at our governor, I'm looking as an individual that has demonstrated an attitude, his consistency in his thinking and behavior. For 8 years, he stood with the governor shoulder to shoulder. And Oshiomhole did recommend him very highly.
Yes.
He said that there is no person. When I was leaving the Edo National Association presidency, and I looked at the records that I made, a lot of people who called me and said, "Are you sure you are leaving it? That all the things that you have done is not going to go to waste. There's not going to be continuity." And I wept. And I said, "Listen, I need somebody who has strong feet, strong legs that can climb the hill or the mountain that I have left behind. I need somebody to take us to the apex." And that's how Oshiomhole described His Excellency Godwin Obaseki.
Yes.
He described him as such that one, he is the person who knew how to get the enormous resources. To run a state is not easy. Many people just sit down and just, and talk. When you are running your church as a leader, you know what it is. Even your own household. Sometimes people cannot keep their house together, not talk of, a local government or a state. So the one who has demonstrated an ability, showing readiness to act and execute, and look at the strides in his structural development. I went to when I was in Nigeria in March, very much. And when they picked me up from the airport, they were taking me home. And I was on my street. And I was telling my guy, I said, there's something different here.
Yes.
There's something about, what this thing. And he was laughing and he said, "What do you think?" I said, "But this house, this one that is unfinished, they cleared the place. So is that what is different?" I'm looking, I said, "They painted some buildings." And he said, "Maybe it's the road." I said, "Wow, that's true." Because we need to pass secondary roads, the other roads, to avoid all the silly potholes that were left behind there. There was water loss and we couldn't drive straight. So we just drove in. That's a clear manifestation, a practical example of infrastructural development that affect the citizenry. So I'm not talking about building too much skyscraper. I am talking about infrastructural development that affect the everyday person. Road is a basic necessity, for crying out loud. Light is a basic necessity. That is what the Gele port, that's what the power port is going to put. I saw on the newsprint the other day where the power was already being drawn, connections were being made. That is going to make life-changing state for so many people who want to run business. Many of us, I'm a businessman. So I'm not drawn to doing anything in Nigeria because of the constraint. But when there are changes, if you build it, they will come. I think the governor is building it. And a lot of people are getting encouraged. And if you look at the people the governor is affiliating himself with, he said the company you keep indicates your affiliation, which portrays your public persona. That was what my coach told me, Alex Hammer, who's a leader, a world leader. In his teaching and in his direction, it says, when you are affiliating with people, check out their company. And according to the Bible, I'm an elder in the church. It says, bad company corrupts good character. So even if the governor is a good person and he surrounds himself with bad company, I'm using all these indices as metric to show why I, Franklin Omoruna, is supporting His Excellency the Governor. I may not go and live in Nigeria. My children may not even go there. They are big anyway. They are already set in their way. They may not go, but we want what is good in our homeland. I have my people there. I have my family there. I have my siblings there. I want what is good for them. I have my nephews, my nieces. They're all there. So we want what is good for the people of Edo State.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Here in Canada, I know that you live here in Toronto. Have you been organizing any group, like a group supporting Governor Obaseki from Toronto?
I'm signed on to a few platforms where I'm able to share some of my insights and also to give my support to His Excellency. I look forward to physical because of the constraints now, the COVID-19. And by the way, let us give accolades to the governor. I'm a nurse and I'm battling COVID-19 every day when I go to work. I'm in the forefront. Though I manage, but at least I see the damage it has done. And look at what is happening in Edo State. I see the steps, very premeditated steps. It's not in a rush. And that's a technocrat for you. So for me, the question that you asked me, I just wanted to quickly segue into the COVID response that I've read in the news. I am open to working with several people. You know, by the time you call people for their political affiliations, like I said, I'm speaking in my personal capacity. Once I have like-minded people, I'm discussing with people on the platform. But at some point in time, we're going to have physical meetings so that we can strategize on the best way to be able to ensure that our governor achieve a return to power for another 4 years.
Yeah.
He needs
So,
to continue the training. He needs to continue the development. You know, this is a gentleman who demonstrated natural ability and skill. His aptitude is stellar to none. His accolades, look at the recognition. Every day I wake up, he's in Lagos, he's picking up one accolade. Are you telling me that the people in Nigeria, those who are in Lagos, Abuja, and the national people who are pouring accolades on him, they don't know what they are doing?
exactly.
So,
Especially,
he's primed for success, and he has exposed our state for success. It's becoming a place that they refer to. One day, he's going to stand up, and you know, when a building is difficult, it is when the mansion shows, when it's painted, that you now see the beauty. So the building stage, as a builder, I'm a builder. I build things. I like to build things. That is why I'm going to the governor, who is a builder. He built for many, not for himself. I appreciate that.
especially that some governors in other states are replicating his policies.
Very well, very well. It's when you see a good thing, I mean, anyone. You know, if I see myself driving, why did I, for instance, you know, people buy cars because they see other people buying cars. That's the rudimentary level of imitation. So when you imitate things, you are actually giving the person encomiums. You are actually saying that what you have done, what you are doing, is good for me. So
Yes.
I can copy you. I even best you. But you know, though I'm not paranoid. Our governor has from the making before anybody can catch up to him, it's going to be hard. But again, foundational projects and infrastructures, when they are laid, it needs time to actually come to manifest. So I'm hoping that he has another 4 years that he can actually build infrastructure. I think there's a term limit. Everybody who's in a hurry, everybody have been around. You guys have been around. What's your record? What have you demonstrated? What have you done? What have you built? What can you count? The governor can count. I can count. I just went through a few things just now. I don't know if I start to name them, that I'm the best person to articulate that. When His Excellency Godwin Noah Obaseki, he used to come to the United States or to Canada or to other places with His Excellency Oshiomhole. It is he that presents the program and infrastructure, all the development. He's the one that presents it first before the governor takes the microphone. I'm sitting by the governor, and sometimes he's giving me chit chat to say he's a wonderful person. So again, I did not praise Godwin Obaseki because, like I said, I don't have personal this thing. I've never gone to his house to visit him. Neither perhaps he doesn't know me. Maybe he does. But but he has always shown, he has demonstrated that he is able to lead and lead effectively. I've never seen anybody actually quarreling with him substantively to say this is what he did wrong. I have not seen it. All they are saying is that he's not open, he's not doing this. The man is focused. He's focused. Don't distract him. Let him develop our state. He has another 4 years. Let him do it and leave. Then you guys can put in any other person. But again, we'll be here. We'll be challenging those who parade themselves under the guise of I've been there before, or I was under somebody before, or I did this in Lagos. No, we're talking about your antecedents. What are your records? What can you show? Governor Obaseki has shown that he can lead and he can lead exceptionally for exponential growth. I don't want addition. I need multiplication growth right now. Exponential growth. That's what we need. We don't need small baby growth. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You know that the primaries are coming up this next month, June 22nd. And right now, there is an argument between Oshiomhole and Governor Obaseki with regards to the direct and indirect primaries. So Oshiomhole is insisting for the direct primaries, while Governor Obaseki wants indirect primaries.
Again, like I'm not a political zealot. I don't even know the difference between direct and indirect. On a
Okay.
surface level, I understand that there are representatives that might come to a central place
Uh,
for the direct. And of course, there are arguments that have been made for or against.
mm,
These are all political jargons.
mm,
But when I hear certain arguments, I like to know the reason behind the decision. The reason that has been espoused by the team, the APC in the state. I saw an interview with Honorable Aslem Ojezua, Barrister Ojezua,
mm,
when he said that there were three factors, prominent amongst which is the COVID-19 pandemic. We are talking of a pandemic, and people are trivializing it and politicizing it. Where the world came to a halt, where people are dying, over 1 million people have died. America, I would say, they are the giant of of technology, medical, and all that. They couldn't stop it. In Nigeria, where there are no testings, I heard one day, in one street, two people died days apart, and they were looking for a native doctor to go and find out what killed them. What killed them? It's COVID. COVID probably killed them. And there's no native doctor anyway because he can't even help himself right now. Everybody's shut
mm.
down. Then you
Yes.
want to go and expose them and fill the stadium with everybody coming together with all that sweat, perspirations, and transfer droplets. I'm telling you, there's a reason to those madness. I'm sure some of them are based on their individual gains. They want to gain, and they know how to use the system or manipulate the system. I'm not for that. I'm not interested in the politicking of it, but I'm looking to reason. I like when there's reason and where there is data to show cost analysis. Even the cost analysis by itself, who needs all that in the stadium if they can empower people from the world? In the ENA, the organization that will represent for anyone who's there in the ENA, we choose by indirect balloting. So the presidents come forward, there are only about 40, where they represent over 20,000 people. But only 40 people choose the president, the national president. And we're good with that. Why
Mm,
can't that be done? You empower your president to go and choose, to go and vote according to the wishes of the organization, according to the wishes of the world or the local government or the representatives as they seem fit in the party structure. And for crying out loud, we're talking of only APC now. PDP going to be wiser and they were going to do their thing to protect their citizens. I understand. I was looking, you asked me a question about the direct or indirect, and
yes.
I said that this is not something that I have enough knowledge, but in my lay way, or some of the information has been provided for our consumption on TV or in the social platform.
Mm,
I heard the chairman of the APC
mm,
who indicated that he had three reasons for choosing direct indirect ballot. And and the indirect primary, he said, is better served when less people are together. And those people are representative of their various ward and maybe local government. I'm not too sure of the party structure in terms of how they choose, but reason, just purely reason and logic tells me that that is a cogent reason for protecting the citizens. And I did mention that even in the US, even in Canada, there's so many places, activities where people make billions. Sporting activities, they have all been cancelled. I was watching Bayern Munich play in the Bundesliga yesterday. It was an empty stadium. Only people who were playing on the pitch, and we're just watching them on TV. So if people who are more equipped, who are more predisposed to the different technologies to protect any catastrophe, can say that at this time we cannot accommodate gatherings in large quantity, then is it for primary that you are going to expose because you don't really care about the people? You want them to pick up diseases and go back home and infect others? That is foolish for any person to bring those decisions. My people are back home, and I just pray that they don't go to that stadium and expose themselves because one party said they should come and expose themselves. They should send their representative where there will be adequate social distancing and protection. So that this disease does not spread. Anybody in this world that says that is not a genuine reason better examine themselves and actually check their reason for doing what they are doing. What's their motivation? So I begin to question those motivations. His Excellency Godwin Noah Obaseki is a well-exposed man. He used to live in New York. So, which means he has seen both worlds. He knows how things are done. And I'm hoping that he can use his vast experience to tailor and move this state and build it that the foundation will not be shaken. They started 8 years ago. His past governor said so, that there was a lot that was built under his administration, but he couldn't have succeeded if not for the immense support of the present-day governor. That's why he defied everybody and brought him forward at the time. And guess what? Edo is happier for it. People are happy. The people who are not happy, we know them.
Yes.
We know them. I see them every day. I read their stuff. Like I said, when I started, I'm not here to castigate anybody. I'm not here to name anybody. I'm here to advocate and say why I support His Excellency Godwin Obaseki is bid to return for another tenure in office.
Okay. So right now in Toronto, given that we are still experiencing lockdown here in Canada, so are you planning to support him during the election period?
Yeah, I'm planning to support him during the election. I have a location. I have places we can invite people to, but except that they're still locked down. It's still very unfortunate that we are where we are. But whatever we can do to support the governor, I'm available. I think you have a very wide audience. Even if I have to come and park chairs and stand in line, whatever we can do to support our governor, please let's do. I'm open. I am an open supporter of His Excellency Godwin Obaseki. Period.
Okay. What do you have to say about Ize Iyamu and the lack of internal democracy within the APC political party?
Again, I said to you before that I am not here to castigate anybody. I don't know Ize Iyamu that much to speak about his character or his choice. The people who chose him, they have a reason for choosing him, and I wish him well. It's an open contest. If he is nominated as one of the candidates, the field is open. It's open. If he's nominated according to the provisions or the tenets of the constitution of the APC, let him come. I know there's another candidate, Matthew Doyekeme. So why are we talking only about Pastor Ize Iyamu? So it's open. APC is a big party. In the Democratic Party in the United States of America, there were over 19
Yeah.
or more that were running for the position for the position of the president, and eventually they withered it down. There were debates upon debates. So if Pastor Ize Iyamu is willing to go and debate His Excellency, and Matthew Joe to go and debate His Excellency, so be it. There should be organization. Let them articulate why they are planning to take the reins of leadership and governance of our state. If I'm sure, I'm very sure, I'm very confident in His Excellency, because he has stood the test of time. He has stood before me. I've heard him speak. I've also heard Pastor Ize Iyamu speak. In 2006, I was the president and the chairman of the Council of Presidents in the ENA. So I hosted the convention. When I hosted the convention, the person who represented His Excellency, Lucky Benedion, at that time in Toronto, was Pastor Ize Iyamu. So I've heard him speak. He has stood by my side, though he was reading his prepared speech. So be it. So, but I cannot now put my finger to say this is what Ize Iyamu has done. I can't read it in the pages of newspaper. I can't. But this one is very available. Google is very clear. I can punch his name now on Google. I'll tell my child now to, do a research on Ize Iyamu and let's see what comes up. Let's do a research on Gov Obaseki and let's see what comes up. So everybody can do that. I can do a research on Matthew Joe and see what comes up. So his choice is not my business. My business is to support Gov Obaseki. Maybe after Gov Obaseki, another person present themselves because they have to, because Godwin is no longer there. Then we can now weigh their records. We can weigh their performance. We can check out their ability. We can assess them. So I don't know Pastor Ize Iyamu. I don't know his record, so I cannot, provide any comment about him.
Okay, so you believe that Governor Obaseki should be given the chance to run for the second term?
I think all this one that I've been talking attest to the fact that my belief, my conviction, a sense of conviction. I have never spoken about politics since I have been in all these positions. Even going back home to do projects, sometimes I avoid meeting the governor. I'm not interested. I just go to the villages and do my projects. So this time, it is time for you to wake up.
Exactly.
Because the biggest thing that you can do to your people, your generation, is to keep quiet when you can speak. So for anybody who has any respect for my opinion,
Yes.
I'm saying categorically that this governor has demonstrated enough. He has proven himself. He has proven himself that anybody who's choosing another candidate over him now should weigh it critically. I've highlighted the metrics of assessment of an individual who you want to lead your state, even your household, even your street. When you choose Oshiomhole, when you choose your leader, it's because the person have demonstrated that they can lead you effectively. So we need an effective leader who is selfless, who is for the people. My motto, or my motto in life is to say that I engage in one for many ventures, things that will impact humanity.
Thank you.
Things that will impact humanity. That's what I'm saying. He's not doing anything for anybody. Somebody said he's not respecting party people. He's not calling them. The man is not a politician. He's here to develop the state. And that is what he said he wants to do.
He's a politician.
And that's it. Let him continue.
For me, I believe that he's a politician because he's a governor of Edo State. But his legacy is not coherent with the regular norm and values of Nigerian politics. So right now, it's like he's acting in defiance of the system that is not working with his legacy. You understand that? That is what is going on. He's a politician. He's a governor. I know that he was
thank you. I agree with you. When I use the word is not a politician. There are some people who allow politics to becloud their judgment.
Exactly.
Is the action of this governor
Mm.
paying attention to people who are going to object? You know what? You know what? To be a leader, it is tough to take decision, and it's only a good leader that can make decisions, especially when it has to benefit. In Rotary International, say, is it fair to all concerned? Is what the governor is doing, is it fair to all concerned? Or those who are before him who are trying to aspire, what they did, is it fair? You were talking about his legacy. We are yet to start writing his legacy, but evidence abound that this governor has instituted a lot of institutional infrastructure.
Yes.
The foundations are thick.
Yes.
You know, when you put the Bible says the house that is built on sand washes away, but this guy is building on concrete. He will not wash away. So anybody who thinks that they are going to reclaim some land and some things that they were tiffing behind the scenes before, using the office of the governor, I think he may have instituted a lot of checks and balance in these ministries, so that nobody can come back and steal from us. That is what I am praying for, and that is what I'm supporting.
Wonderful. You are really a strong supporter of Governor Obaseki. So we hope that he will succeed for this second term.
If God ordains it, it will happen. So if individuals who say they say they claim power, people die. People die, and all the things they planned to do doesn't happen because they don't have control of their life. So we don't have control of our lives. We should be able to control what we can see, and what I see is somebody who is there to develop our state. If the politicians or those who claim to have a stranglehold on power kick him out, let me tell you, this is a governor that might be invited to go back to Wall Street and lead a world body. I see him as such because he has the qualification, he has the technical know-how, he has the antecedent to prove it.
Yes.
He has empowered himself. You know, the empowerment I'm talking about, technical, all other resources, he has built himself with skills, acquire those skills and strategies to be able to help. He doesn't just have a plan, he has a massive strategy for our state. He's a technocrat. It's one who you will see, you say, before you talk to him, you must check yourself. Have you heard him speak? Have you heard him address? He's not just talking to politicians or talking to lay people. Have you heard him speak at world events?
Yes.
Have you heard him speak to the consultants that they bring to the state? Sometimes I see some of those things just play out and listen to it a little, and you hear, then you can actually reckon, so you can say, hey, this guy makes sense. He does make sense. But those some people who make speeches, who are positioning themselves, they don't make sense. They know how to sing, they know how to dance, they know how to lie, they know how to swear. I've not heard the governor swear.
Never.
He has not sworn at any person.
Never.
I'm just watching. So I'm looking at a complete. There's no one that is infallible. No one that is perfect. He must have his flaws because he's human. And so I am willing to forego some of those flaws, which I can't even identify because I'm not too close to him. But from what I see, I'm saying he deserves another chance because nobody has presented another argument. The other arguments are flawed, heavily flawed, as far as I know. Again, I am entitled to my opinion and my conviction.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So you are confident that he's going to win the second term?
I'm very confident. Once he gets the ticket, I'm sure a lot of people are going to fall by the wayside. Even PDP would say, okay, you know what, you go. But for the sake of it, because of the democratic process, they might, feed a candidate. They may have very credible candidate, but I'm convinced that the Edo people, they have seen the cloud has been removed from their eyes. The cloud of one bag of rice, of one bag of Indomie or one carton of Indomie, I don't think that will pass anymore. that thing will not happen anymore. You will see how the uprising that will happen in the state if it is done under the sham of darkness, and the ballot is not well counted. I'm not advocating for violence, but I don't think the people of the state would sleep in peace. They will rise up. They will rise up. It's time to. If we have to send funds to enable them to stay afloat and empower themselves, we will do that.
Okay.
So it's going to win.
We saw that some of the members of PDP are supporting Governor Obaseki. So it's like a kind of a precedent, something unprecedented in the history of the state, that the members, opposition members, are supporting the governor. Even recently, during the coronavirus or the ongoing coronavirus outbreak, some senators from the PDP brought some palliatives for the governor. So they are supporting the governor, and some of them even want the governor to come to PDP. But I know that Governor Obaseki will not defer to PDP. So what do you think about that? That the opposition party is currently supporting the governor, why the governor is facing?
Let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
I'm a Benin man. Sometimes you are so good that your enemy will start praying for you.
Thank you.
They will start praying for you. I'm telling you, this man has performed exceedingly well. When I was talking about growth, I was talking about one who has instituted, some parameters. I'm sure he has done his homework. When he does anything, he does it with premeditation. He does it knowing that the effect he must have, it goes down. And so a lot of people are seeing it. They are seeing what he's doing. He's very proactive. He begin with and end with others, not himself. So when others who see him, Steve Jobs said, sometimes, what do people say about you when you leave the room? What will people say about Governor Obaseki when he leaves Osadebe Avenue? What are the people saying about those who were in Osadebe Avenue before?
We are talking about the masses, sir. We are talking about the masses. Not the few politicians. We are talking about the masses.
No, you're talking about other state governors who are already themselves governors of their own state, or other leaders in their own state, coming to our state to learn.
Yes.
So again, they are not buying because of they are not coming to our state because Godwin is the most handsome man in the world, or the person in this. It's not even the chairman of the governors forum.
Not that he's generous to politicians. It's not a generous man to politicians in Nigeria. That is why he's having
problems. Maybe that's the problem they have with
him. Yes.
Maybe that's the problem they have with him, that he's not generous.
Yes.
Everybody will say, well, if I'm in a position to. I think that's one of the problems in our state, in politics in our country. That when you are there, even pressure, peer pressure, peer, even your family, they will pressurize you to do certain things. But I don't think this man gives a hoot about what anybody is trying to push him to do.
Yes.
Because, I think he's probably rich for himself, for one that has started a bank, or one who, I think Oshiomhole said that it was him who organized his first fundraiser. He has people in high places that can help him. He was working with one of the biggest, or if not the richest person in Africa.
Sir, if you could position your camera properly, it's like you are too close to the camera.
Can you see me now?
I can see you better. Can you go a little bit backward? It's like you back up a little bit and position the camera. Too much space on top of your head. The space on top of your head is too much. Go up again. Go. No, like that. Up again. Go. Yes, like that.
Good now?
Yeah,
okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Oh my God, we have so many viewers today. I can see. Oh, the highest so far. Wow. Let's see their comments, sir. I know that we have many good comments here, and I'm going to read.
Maybe they have questions. If they have questions, ask so that we can try to provide some illuminate it.
People, if you have my phone number and you are watching right now, please just post my phone number in the comment area so that people can call in. I saw that some people were trying to call, but I just want our elder to finish his comments before we go ahead and take questions and calls from the audience. So there are many questions and comments here. Let me keep reading them. We need this map for next governor. Okay. So they said they need you probably for the next governor of Edo State. Are you planning to run? You are not a
Let
politician.
me tell you, people, I don't have father, I don't have mother, I don't even have big sisters. So, you know what? See,
You don't
thank
have that.
you. I think I take that as a compliment, but it takes a lot to become a governor of a state. I've said it before in one of my response to your question. I said it's very tough
Yeah.
to even be a cell leader. I think somebody will crack a joke with it. That to be a cell leader, to be the governor of a state, you must have the capability, the educational and everything. There are some people, there are some states where they have people who are not educated. I'm not saying that education is that everyone that's educated is but education provides a lot of predisposition for you to know how to engage in strategy, in your SWOT analysis, in your SMART principle, all those things. I probably have that because I've shown that. But listen, it's not a joke to say I need to be on ground. I need to know the landscape. I need to know the needs. I need to be able to assess what the state needs. And I'll say, do I have? You have to ground yourself. It's not just because of what is available to you in this thing. So if I'm going to go to the state, first I have to take permission from my wife. I don't know if she's going to permit me. Second, I have to
I guess
I
she
have to take
will.
permission from my family.
She
Even when I'm running for position as president, I have a family meeting in my living room. I
will.
call my children. I tell them, you are loaning me. I'm going to excuse myself for another 2 years because I'm going to be on the phone. I'm going to be on the computer. I'm going to be writing. I'm going to be researching. I'm going to be traveling. So all those things is a personal sacrifice. You must have the ability to say, I want to sacrifice myself. People who don't grant themselves before they go there, that's when they fail because they are selfish. Like I told you just now, my purpose in life is to do one thing for many, to do one for many, not for this thing. So all those grounding. So I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Perhaps maybe when I get a lot of money or I get people to say support me. But right now I'm supporting Obaseki, so I'm not going for governor. So count me out for now. I'm not declaring. Thank you. That's a compliment. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay, some people are calling here. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Well done, Nebo TV, for a great job.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Comment Elder Frankly Omoruna, you have spoken for the masses.
Sir, you can hear her. Can you hear her, sir?
Yeah, I can hear a bit of this. Please speak a little louder.
Damage to the Edo state. And I'm hoping our youth are wise enough to rise up and fight for what they want. We need Obaseki back as governor.
You can just pick one question and random. It doesn't matter to me.
What the last person that called was complaining about this idea that the Benin people are the majority. Why should Oshiomhole be dictating for the Benin people? So for me, I don't believe this idea of tribalism. We are not fighting tribal war here. We are talking about individual. Oshiomhole is a citizen of Edo State. So we should stop discussing about how we are the majority, the minority. Somebody from the minority is not supposed to be leading. It's not supposed to be the governor. I don't think so. That's what I was trying to explain. So your thoughts, sir?
I think you just took the words out of my mouth. Oshiomhole is from Auchi. It's from Akoko Edo. As an Edo, They are all Edo State. We're talking about Edo State. We're not talking about Benin State. We're not talking about the governor is the governor of Edo State. He would provide the amenities in Edo North, Edo South, Edo Central. It doesn't matter. We need somebody who can adequately represent and ably, to carry out the job for the people, for the benefit of the people. Oshiomhole was our governor. And I can tell you, when Oshiomhole comes to the United States of America or to our conventions, they mock him. People loved him. So that whatever is happening right now is our political challenges that happen in any party. So I'm hoping that at some point in time, the party will be able to, do the amending, and so that they can unite behind Governor Obaseki so that he can carry on and continue his work. I don't have anything against anybody from Central or the North. We are all our brothers. In fact, some people call me Ishaman. Some people think and swear that I'm an Ishaman. And a lot of people don't want to hear that I'm not. When I dress the way I am now, some people think I'm about it. So we are all the same. We have cross culture, but we have one father. He's our father, he's our royal father, and everybody recognized that. When I was present with the Otaro of Auchi, when we went for a project, he addressed me as his son. I was sitting by his side, I stood beside him. We had a chit chat, and he did not discriminate against me. Nor did he say that because I'm not from Auchi proper that I'm not from Edo. No. So let's dispel those rumors and those tribalism and all that. Edo belongs to everybody. It is whether Auchi or not, it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter to me. I am talking about the quality, the innate quality of Governor Obaseki, who wants to come back for another 4 years. He was voted into power before, and we have seen his work, and we are seeing his pedigree. We are seeing his antecedents. Those we have read before, but he has demonstrated that yes, he can do it when he's in the saddle. And anyone who puts his hand on the saddle will not look back. Obaseki is not going to look back. We're going to support him. We're going to be there to push him to the finish line. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think if you have any comments or you want to call in, just call in now because I think we have to end the show soon. Guys, call in. I have a few minutes to stay here before I will end to this show. So if you have any comment to add to this discussion, you can go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we have to end the show for today.
Thank you. I just want to express my gratitude and thank you for what you are doing. Your show has become a go-to program for those of us in the diaspora. Thank you for bringing news from far and wide, from back home. You're bringing us closer to our people. I see that a lot of people who signed on today are asking questions. Some of them are even logging in from Nigeria. At this time, it's probably dark in Nigeria, but which means you have a lot of followers. What I would say is we should open our eyes, open our minds to strive to support those who can really benefit us. It is not because, it's my brother or my sister. I'm not a brother to Obaseki. He's not my pal. He's not my friend. I can't call him my friend. Maybe someday it might be. But I'm looking at his record. I'm looking at his how he has carried the state so far, free from conflict, free from other this thing. And all man is saying is let's do things right. Why can't we do it right? We can get it right. Some people say why? Why not? I say, why not? Why not? Why not? Why can't we get a governor that can actually selflessly lead our people? That is what he's doing. And so my support for him is not because he's from Edo, Benin City. No, that has nothing to do with it. If he's not capable, he should not be there. But I think he's capable. Even the other people who are aspiring to be in the position, they might have a claim to their capability. That's for the electorate to judge them. My role is to support my candidate. I have a very strong sense of conviction that this gentleman has positioned the state to be great and greater than he meant it. He meant it many years ago, and he has been putting the building blocks. He has been putting pillars in place, and the foundation is getting firm. They should not push him out now before this cement dry. And that's my plea to everybody, and that please disavow aggressions or attacks on or character assassinations. Physical or spiritual aggressions is not permitted. Let us, vote with your ballot box, with your paper. If your candidate wins, so be it. But we are praying that Governor Obaseki wins, return to the governance of our state. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think we have to end to this show. So if you guys want Eda to come back to this show next time, just leave your comments in the comment area. I will definitely bring him back in 2 weeks' time before the primaries.
Thank you. Thank you to your fans. I'm sure they are supportive of you.
Thank you.
Please do what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And say, well, everybody, please put on your mask, wash your hands, and please avoid large crowd. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks. We appreciate your contribution today. It's very fun. I think our viewers as well. I think they're still leaving comments. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All right. So next time I'll bring you back to the show before the primaries. I'll bring you back to the show. Okay.
We'll do our best. Thank you. It's not over until it's over.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Bye for now.